When Kaizer Chiefs sacked Mosimane, I sat somewhere in South Africa and said that I don't think that Pitso Mosimane will be replacing Nsegi as a head coach. A week later, there are reports coming out that the current club that Pitso Mosimane is coaching, Al Wada in the UAE, are considering to terminate his contract. And it's interesting, well, not so interesting for him because he might lose his job, but it's interesting for us because he might just be available for Kaizer Chiefs to hire him. And there are 4 reasons why this could actually end up happening. Some of the reasons maybe you might have not considered, so let's go through them. Hello and welcome to Kosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pelo, I am your host, and this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Kosi Football Club. Alright, reason number 1 is the fact that if you look at how Al Wada, I hope I'm saying their name right, the start to their season has not been great. And from what we've learned is the fact that these teams, like what happened in Egypt, he won them the Champions League twice and then he was not performing well for like a few games and then they ended up sacking him. He goes to Saudi Arabia. What he does, he gets the team from the second division, he gets them promoted to their Premier Division. And what ends up happening? They fire him and they get a new coach. Don't forget that on top of that fact, they also hadn't paid him his salary for the previous 6 months leading to the end of the season. So it's clear that as much as he can do things, and even right now with the bad start that he had, he can still turn things around and still perform very well. But it does seem like there is this notion that if a coach, an African coach especially, doesn't start well or doesn't do something well, we fire him. We don't give them the benefit of the doubt, or they don't give them the benefit of the doubt, and because of that, Pitso might just be losing his job, which obviously is a good thing for Kaizer Chiefs because that means he's now available, which leads us to the second reason, which is a concern actually that people will have, that Kaizer Chiefs have been known to cheapskate when it comes to coaches. They don't want to pay, they don't want to do all of that. But let's just take it back a few years, and then a few more years, and then a few more years. That's 8 years. That's 8 years of not winning anything as Kaizer Chiefs, and we've been going through the same cycle. Like we've been failing with this coach, going back and trying something with another coach who's not proven. We've gone through coaches that had not won anything for their previous clubs, and then we've brought them to Kaizer Chiefs, even with Nsegi to just put the icing on top of our crappy cake to say, we have really messed up, now we're going to take someone who has not proven anything. So the cheap skating has obviously not paid off for Kaizer Chiefs. The recent one being the fact that Nasreddin Nabi had won back-to-back trebles up there in Tanzania, but then we didn't sign him because we had problems with him bringing his technical team. But if you look at Kaizer Chiefs right now, they are no longer in a situation where they can still say they can cheapskate, because fans are not just angry. They've had it up to here. In one season of not performing well with Mosimane, they had 3 incidences, and it would be stupid once again to go for a coach who has actually haven't been proven in anything. So as much as I always have my doubts with Kaizer Chiefs because they usually make dumb decisions, obviously, especially in the past 8 years. So I think this is the time where they can actually go out and make a statement with the coach, because if you look at what happened when Nsegi was appointed, the first thing that happened is just a wave of doubt, and everyone was saying, Nsegi Wani, what is he going to do for Chiefs? What has he done anywhere else in the world? So right now, what Kaizer Chiefs needs is not just a coach who has won something, but is a coach that we kind of, when he comes in, will say, we can respect him because we have seen what he has done right in front of our eyes. Yes, a lot of people are saying that, we need a European coach because Chiefs and Pirates cannot be coached by African coaches. But if you look at Pitso and what he has done, he will certainly command respect. And I can say that if I made a poll, live streams, by the way, I want to bring back live streams. Let me know if you want to see live streams come back. If I made a poll and ask you how many of you actually want to see Pitso Mosimane come back, I can tell you now, probably 95, if not 99% of you will say they want Pitso. And that is not just good for the team because the team will start winning, but it's also good for us, the fan base, because even if Pitso comes in and he loses his first game and he draws his second game, it's Pitso, right? We know it's Pitso. We're not going to panic. But with Nsegi, he drew his first game, lost his second game. We're like, oh no, it's over. We said this, we proved him. And once Nsegi hears those words, he starts panicking. Once the players hear those words, they're like, Vele, the fans were right. And we also see what he tells us at the gym. But when it comes to Pitso, he has done this over and over again, and it's just going to be a good thing for everyone involved in the situation. So no, I don't think Kaizer Chiefs will be doing anything to mess this thing up if Pitso is available. Reason number 3, before I go to reason number 3, please don't forget to like the video. Do you see that? Like the video. The thing is glowing, isn't it? And subscribe to the channel so that you can help me reach more people like you. Reason number 3 is the fact that, yes, Pitso Mosimane has talked about going up, right? Like, because he moves from Sundowns, which was dominating South African football. Then he went to Al Ahly, which was dominating African football. Then he moved to Asia, now when he was coaching Al Ahly in Saudi Arabia. Then he moved ahead again to Al Wada in UAE. And you would think that his next move would have been going abroad. But as he's also mentioned it himself, that it doesn't seem like the people in Europe actually trust African coaches. I think Frank Lampard is such a wonderful coach, but I don't think he would have gotten all the chances that he has gotten if he was an African coach. And I think Pitso Mosimane, from what he has done, he's clearly a better coach than Frank Lampard so far by what he has achieved, which could be the same thing that I could say with Steven Gerrard. I love Gerrard. He's a Liverpool legend. But you look at what he did at Aston Villa with the squad that he had. He failed to do the things. Yes, he did win in Scotland, but he failed to utilize the squad that Villa and then Emery came in and utilized the same squad, which tells me that, yes, European coaches will always have a benefit of a doubt by people in Europe because they are European and they are legends. But for Pitso, it's kind of a difficult thing to jump into right now because he's an African coach and he would kind of have to do something special for him to be reappointed into being a European coach. Because even a coach like Xavi Hernandez, just Xavi, the one who played for Barcelona, who's also coaching Barcelona. He was coaching in the UAE, but the reason why he went back to Barcelona is not just because he was doing well with the team that was coaching in UAE, but it's also the fact that he's from Europe, he's a Barcelona legend, so it kind of makes the barrier kind of easy for him to jump in. So for Pitso, then it's difficult for him to go further up right now, but in a sense of a word, he has to come back down. And I'm not saying in any case that Kaizer Chiefs is a smaller team, but you're not going to sit there and tell me that it's a small team, but you're not going to sit there and tell me that Kaizer Chiefs is bigger than Aston Villa. No, they are not. Because if Pitso had an opportunity to go to Aston Villa, he would go to Aston Villa because they're a bigger club playing in a bigger league. However, since that's not possible, coming to Kaizer Chiefs and having this project, because Pitso did say that if there's a right project, he can come back to South Africa. And the right project cannot be coming from Amazulu, with all due respect. It cannot be coming from Cape Town City. It cannot be coming from Marumo Gallants or whoever, Umamkize. The only right project is between Chiefs and Pirates, or because Sundowns right now have their own coach. Which means if Kaizer Chiefs presents this and they say, listen, we know we already have a good relationship with you. We are going to step back and give you this. Take our team to Africa, win things for us in Africa, make us a big brand, not just in Southern Africa, but throughout Africa, not just by the name Kaizer Chiefs, but also by the number of stars that we have in our shirts. So I do think that that could be a major thing for Pitso to say, I'm going to have a project, I'm going to awaken a sleeping giant. That's a project. I don't think there's anything bigger than that right now all across Africa. I know there are other big teams, but awakening the sleeping giant, taking Kaizer Chiefs to their first ever Champions League win that would be really great, getting a star and then going back to defend it. That's a very big project, and I think Pitso will definitely be enticed to come to Chiefs and do that. Reason number 4 is the fact that if you look at Kaizer Chiefs right now, what's one thing that Pitso would like the most? Let me just have you write. What do you think could that thing be? 1 second, write it. Okay, here's the thing. Remember that Pitso Mosimane, when he was in Egypt, in Al-Ali, he called a certain individual to come and assist him. Who might have that man be? Oh, it was the current interim coach of Kaizer Chiefs, which is Calvin Johnson. And Calvin Johnson only came back to South Africa because of family reasons. Now, the preferred assistant coach to Pitso Mosimane is in South Africa. Wait. At Kaizer Chiefs, which means Pitso already kind of has someone that he can work with at Kaizer Chiefs. I know obviously he's going to bring other people in his backroom staff, but he already has one man at Kaizer Chiefs, which means things will be even much better for him to continue working with Johnson and take the team into the next level. Do you think this is realistic for Pitso to come to Chiefs? Do you want him to come to Chiefs? Let me know down on the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelo Moya.